What's up, everybody? It's your boy Logibear74, just your average gamer, coming at you with another tier list video. And this one is very near and dear to my heart because it follows my favorite game of all time and my favorite esport to watch ever, and that is Halo, everybody. Okay, with the Kansas City Major coming up on like the weekend of the 28th and to the end of May or whatever. It's gonna be awesome, and I'm really excited because the online competition has really heated up. Some teams are really battling out there. The top 3-4 teams, they all have a shot at winning, if they can take down the powerhouse that is Cloud9 anyway. But let's get into ranking them. Some of the teams I'm not necessarily like, they're gonna be lower on the list, and that's not because I don't think highly of them. It's just some of them don't even have like full rosters set in stone yet, so it's hard to judge a team that doesn't have a full roster set in stone, or they're fairly new and I haven't seen much competitive play from them. And one of the teams isn't on here, but I'm gonna rank them anyway because it is what it is. Yeah. Okay. So one team is missing from here. They are a partner team, and I don't know why. For some reason, I couldn't find their logo or figure out how to import it into this. So it is whatever. But we also are going to be ranking Kansas City Pioneers because that team is not one to be slept on. They're not even underdogs at this point. They have gotten like 3rd and 4th at every event so far. The guys are cracked over at KCP. Insane players. Okay, first, Complexity. Complexity is the newest partnered team. It's still really new. We don't know a ton about them in terms of like what, like honestly I don't even know who all the players are. So like I have to put them D, not because I think they're bad or anything like that, but just I don't know enough about them. Other Complexity rosters and other esports have been goated, so it's like I don't see Complexity going in, and even in Halo, so I don't see them going in with weak players. And if it's anything like the XSET team that's been making its way up sort of like the open brackets, then it's scary because that XSET team has Kratos, and he's insane. Cloud9, obviously, they're the teams to beat. They're undefeated on LAN right now. Well, they're undefeated in the sense that they've won every championship. Optic did take them to the second series. United did take them to the second series. They can be beaten. It's just really hard. And so with and you got such powerhouses. You got Penguin, Eco, Stellar. I don't know. Stellar came onto the scene fairly new in Halo 5, and I guess he did earn his way. But I would say out of all of the ones on that team, I'm not saying that he's the worst by any means. I just see that he's not. I don't know. He just hasn't necessarily made a name for himself as much as the other ones. Eco, Stellar, Penguin, Renegade. I couldn't remember who the last one was. United, you got Rynoob. I'm blanking on the other ones right now. They're lately, Kate. I don't know if it's just online, but United have not been showing up a lot. And maybe it's just the matches I've seen, or haven't seen, rather. I don't know. I think United could easily be an S-tier team. We just need to see it out of them. Because they're big brain. They think about everything. They're planning the next 3 rotations in their minds. Other teams are playing checkers. They're playing 3D chess. So it's like, it's just almost a different style of gameplay. FaZe Clan, I'm going to put FaZe also at A, but again, they have the ability to be S tier. But I don't, this game is based on Halo right now, by the way, chat. Halo Infinite. FaZe Clan is a new team in Halo right now, but it's made up of like some really good players. You have the GOAT Snipe Down, who has been wrecking Halo since Halo 3, even started in Halo 2, and then managed to completely switch genres and go play for TSM in Apex Legends, and was getting, and played on controller nonetheless, and was bodying players on PC, okay? I don't play Apex very much, but I've watched it, and let me tell you, the man's cracked. And then you got Boo Boo Doo Boo, Hook, or you have, sorry, just Boo Boo Doo Boo. Like, come on, that man's a legend. He was on one of the Dynasty teams back in Halo 5. Cracked out of their mind. And then they have two new young gunners whose names are blanking me right now, but absolutely insane. Fnatic, I'm going to put them C tier because the 3 players that they have are awesome. They just don't necessarily, last I looked, they didn't have a full roster, and it's hard to put a team without a full roster any higher than that. G2, as much as I love Straight Sick and I love Gilkey, they're just not, I don't know, because they've gotten like top 5 or top 6 every event. Like, they're good. They're really, really good individually. Like, they are very, very good. So it's difficult to, they just haven't been winning, and I'm not sure if that's just circumstances, bad timing, who knows. Na'Vi, Natus Ventura, I'm happy to see a huge PC brand in the Halo scene, first of all. That's awesome. We don't really see that very often. Same with, like, Fnatic. That's huge. I'm going to put Na'Vi the same place, because I'm pretty sure they only have 3 out of their 4 solid people confirmed right now anyway. So it's like, it's tough, right? But if they have some of the players that they're rumored to have, then it's huge. And their skin is really awesome in Halo Infinite. I don't have it, but it's really nice. My boys, the Greenwall, they are S tier. They just beat Cloud9. They just won the whole online tournament this past weekend. Or 2 weekends. Yeah, this past weekend to the FaZe Invitational. They're really, really, really strong right now. Now, I had some controversial opinions, and I still do, as I always do, on the roster change that they made after the last event. So the previous roster was Pistola, which is like the GOAT. He is actually the GOAT of Halo. He's played every game professionally and has won. He has one of the winningest records ever. Some of the most money earned. Has been in the scenes the longest, next to like the Ogre twins and like Lunchbox. So it's like, you know, and so for him to be dropped, so to speak, was a little upsetting, because it's like, yeah, he didn't necessarily have the biggest KD performance out at that event, but the man's was carrying objectively, and everything that he did was so calculated and so important. And there was multiple times that if he wasn't on that team, they probably lose. But with that being said, with the addition of the new roster, which is Lucid, Trippy, who are the 2 youngest guns to come out of Halo 5 and into the Master Chief Collection series. Those 2 have been a duo for so long. They are absolutely cracked. Okay, Lucid he's a walking montage. This man just picks up the sniper rifle, instant 4 kills every time. Don't even put the shock rifle in his hands, because you're gonna lose. It's insane. And then you have the likes of Formal, who has won multiple championships in Call of Duty. Okay? Or at least 1. I think 2, actually. An X Games gold medalist there. Played Pro Halo for years. Won a national championship. Okay? So has proven himself to be one of the greatest FPS console players of all time. Okay? And even got Radiant in Valorant. So, like, he's just a different breed. And then you got the likes of APG, who is one of the longest Halo pros ever. Or at least he's been well known for a really long time. He's played with Optic in the past. Really, really good, like, support player. He does the dirty work. He's the one getting all the assists and the trades and all, and it's just, he really lets the other team shine. So, there's that. Okay, Sentinels used to be Optic. They're S tier. By far, you have Frosty, Snakebite, Royal 2. Why did I say 1? And Lethal. Oh my gosh, why was I struggling with that team? This team brought... So back in Halo 5, okay, Sentinels was Optic. Because, well, there was an Optic team before that with Maniac, Ace, Flame Sword, and Assault. And then some stuff happened. They weren't performing very well. Halo 5 was also at a really bad place professionally. Anyway, they switched up. And then they got this new Sentinels team, which was EG at the time. And that was Lethal, Snakebite, Royal 1, and Frosty. And they were cold. Cold as ice, man. Like, I'm talking Frosty was so cold in Halo 5. He was wasting rockets and snipers on body shots. Okay? Because he was just so good and that cold. Insane. Like, insane. Crazy. So, like, now for them translating into this Halo 5, yes, Royal 1 had his whole ping switching scandal and whatever. And with that said, Formal played for them at that first event and got them second place. Or third. Took out his own Optic boys for it. So it's like, they got the stuff. They just haven't been performing online very well. And I think that's been chalking them as they go into LAN. But that team has the collective experience to be champions for sure. SSG, they don't think they have a full roster right now, but they're down here. You got Ace, you got Tylenol, real good. Tylenol's this new young gun, really willing to prove himself. It's big, but Ace just has this thing where they can't find a third. Every time they're playing with somebody new, they could never find who that full team is. And, like, I think they have the opportunities to be really, really good. I just don't know if they can do it with, like, I don't know. I hate to say it, I don't see them winning. Unless some, like, crazy events happen, I just don't see them winning. I see them doing really, really well, but I don't see them winning. Not against the likes of even the A teams, let alone the S tier teams. I mean, upsets happen all the time. That's sports. But it's just like, I think it's, yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things that they have the workings to be awesome, but they're not quite there yet. And finally, their logo isn't on here, but they are a partnered team. Kansas City Pioneers. They're dope. I would like to say I love their logo. I love their merch. If I had the expendable income, I would go and be supporting them because I like their org. I think they're really cool. They're in Gears, Halo, Rocket League. Like they got some big stuff coming. And their Halo team is amazing. Their Halo team, I'm going A tier because like they're like in top of A tier, almost S tier. You know what I mean? Like somewhere right around like here. Like in between these two. Because it's like they have such raw slang potential. Because you got like Drux, Talu, oh my god, I can't remember. I'm terrible with names today. But so you have that, and then you got their problem is they're still really new to Halo esports as a whole. In that they're not used. It's not that they're not used to high level play, but when it comes to that killer mentality, when it comes to being at an event and playing at that high caliber, it kind of just seems like it maybe gets to them a little bit. And that's just from an outside perspective looking in. But, like, they got it. Like, they have the winning potential right there. They just honestly need some guidance from, like, a old Halo pro to really come in and teach them, like... because I've seen some of the rotates and some of the things that they're doing, and it's so. Some of the stuff they do almost seems so scrambled, as opposed to like logically thought out and methodical. And everybody watches Halo and thinks that it's this giant just battles going on everywhere, but it's like, no, they are doing things methodically, and that's what separates the good players from the great players. You know what I mean? It's the same thing in Rainbow Six. It's the same thing in Call of Duty, Overwatch, Apex, whatever. Name your esport. You can get all the kills you want, but if you don't understand a rotation, if you don't understand the finer workings of an objective, you're gonna lose. Because ultimately, it's not necessarily kills that always win. Okay? Let's take Valorant for example. Okay, I watch Pro Valorant. I don't play it because I'm really, really bad. But that game isn't necessarily won on kills. And half the time, like, a lot of the time, what separates a really good player isn't their ability to jump around the map as Jet and get 5 kills with her knives, but it's the ability to rotate, when to smoke, when to push a site, when to use Omen and when to teleport, and all these different. So it's the same thing happens in Halo too. The same thing happens in Oddball. When do I take the ball and when do I rotate over to the other side of the map? Okay? Or when is the time to drop the ball and pick up slays? Because if you're constantly doing that, you're never going to get enough time. Or in strongholds, okay? Which just domination for those of you that don't know. There's 3 points on the map. Hold the more you hold, the more points you get. Da 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 da. If you constantly are just battling for the same 2 points without actually rotating around the map to maybe go for a different spawn, maybe try and do something else, you're gonna lose. Because if another team can outthink you a little bit, you're gonna lose because you're gonna be put on after bad spawn after bad spawn after bad spawn. And that's tough. And so I say all that to say, when we're talking about Kansas City, they have that raw slaying potential down. I think they have some of the highest KDs. But their challenge comes in and they just need to figure out the rotations and get that brain working a little bit more. And so, like, once they do that, they're easily S tier. So, yeah. Anyway, that has been the Halo team rankings. Thank you all for watching this YouTube video that I am recording live on stream. So, if you didn't know, I stream live, twitch.tv/LogiBear74. Usually start at about 2-ish p.m. Central Time in the afternoon, and then go till like 7 or 8. Depends on the day, depends on what's going on. I stream mostly Halo, Rainbow Six, tier lists, stuff like that. So go follow there. If you have an Amazon Prime account, it's free to link that to your Twitch account, and then you can sub to me for essentially free. Especially for all you parents, kids out there with parents, go and ask them. I guarantee your parents have an Amazon Prime account. Link it to your Twitch account and you can sub for free. It doesn't cost your parents anything else. They've already paid for Prime. So, something to look out for. But since we're on YouTube, or this will be on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, and share it around. YouTube's algorithm is once again changing, and shares are now being accumulated, all that stuff. So the more we share it, the better. Okay, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I go live. Or sorry, when I go live for Twitch, yes. Or when I upload a new video. Okay. And go follow me on Instagram at the Logibear74. Very simple, easy, done. And follow me on Twitter at Logibear74. Done and done. Anyway, thanks for watching this tier list video, and I'm gonna get back to the stream, and we'll see you guys later.